guys, Dr. Rachel here. I'm going to be taking you through a core circuit with focus on those deep abdominal muscles, helping with building better strength and dealing with pressure management to help with things like back pain and pelvic floor issues. So all you're going to need for this whole workout is just a space on the wall to put your feet up on and a yoga block. So we're gonna first start with putting our feet up on the wall. I'm a huge advocate of learning how to breathe and move our ribs to help find, you'll hear me say the stack a lot. This is really beneficial to help get those deeper abdominals on. So what we're gonna do is, again, feet up on the wall here. What your goal is to try to get your body in like a 90-90 position here with your knees and your hips. So my feet are up on the wall. My feet and my knees are in the same line, and my knee is right over my hip. So if I can go a little bit here, just be right 90 degrees here. With the feet up on the wall, I want you to think to gently press your feet into the wall, and then think, not moving them, think to drag them down a little bit, so this way you'll feel some of your hamstrings come on. When those hamstrings come on, they help how it tilts your pelvis, just naturally a little bit more tucked under, more neutral. Where our butt should be nice and relaxed here. We are not over gripping and feeling a lot of tightness here in our glutes. So feet pressing the wall, think to drag down, feel those hamstrings on. Also, as we're laying flat on our back, hopefully you can bring your back to the ground without forcing it, and again, clenching and feeling a lot of tension in your abs. If you cannot, I'd recommend like a little hand towel you can just place right underneath the arch of your back, just so that basically your back can get a sense of something of where you want the position to go when we start our breathing. So what you're gonna do here is laying down, all right, and just, I like to place my hands maybe right around my rib area here. This is what I want to be moving. So I am inhaling through my nose, exhaling through my mouth. Again, trying to feel some of that movement. Inhale, my ribs are coming out. Exhale, they're closing back in. Good. With good core exercises, you need to be able to move those ribs. That's what helps. Again, if your core muscles aren't being stretched and able to contract, you're not going to be able to get them stronger. So the next thing I want you to do here is take your arms and you're going to put them up towards the ceiling. I want your shoulders should be coming up off the floor, okay? But my head is staying nice and relaxed and no tightness in my neck here. So like you're just reaching as far as you can up towards the ceiling. This will naturally help bring that rib cage down so we're not flaring. So as we push up, our rib cage comes back. Now, I want you, same thing here, take a nice big inhale through your nose. Feeling that air now going more into that back. And exhale through your mouth, nice and slow. You want to feel those ribs coming down and in, and you want to feel those lower abdominals here tighten during that end of your exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now, this will be the secret here during our core exercises. I want you again to take a big inhale. Feel the expansion. Exhale. Feel those ribs come down and in. Feel your lower core engage. Okay? I'm not crunching at all. Just feeling that lower core tighten. Now, in this position here, keep the tension in the front of your core as you inhale. Exhale. Inhale, keep the tension in the front. That way you feel expansion more in your ribs and your back, and you're not expanding, moving your belly. You're maintaining your core activation here, your deep core activation in this position, okay? That's gonna be a really good thing to do as we're doing our exercises. I'll show you coming up next. So let's do 4 more breaths here. Finding those deep abdominals here. Good, really reaching up towards that ceiling, help getting those ribs back. All right, good. So it's a good warm up again. Connect with the body, get the ribs moving, get those deep abdominals, okay? For our first exercise, we're gonna use your yoga block, okay? So with the yoga block, I'm gonna lay on my back. I'm gonna take this yoga block and it's going to go right here on my thigh, okay? Doesn't matter which side you wanna start with here. And then the same hand is gonna be on top of the yoga block here. Now, I want you to think to push your hand down the block as you're pushing your knee up into the block. What you wanna feel, so with your free hand, I want you to feel in this pocket. So like basically if you feel like where your hip bone is, go right inside of that area. So with my opposite hand here. So as you're pushing, you should feel a muscle there pop on, okay? That's getting some of the deep abdominals, okay? Doing this isometric contraction. So feel those deep abdominals. If you can get some of those abdominals on and you're not feeling like you're overarching or crunching, because my head's nice and relaxed here, then you can add in opposite leg comes up. So we're gonna do here, pushing in here, deep abdominals, firing, okay? You're going to exhale, out, inhale, in. Good. So you're maintaining on one side the isometric abdominals. If moving the arms like this and the leg is too hard, you feel like you're arching and you can't maintain it, that's fine. Just even do the press and hold and just hold it here and breathe for maybe, 6 to 8 breaths. If it's too hard for arms and legs, maybe just move the arms. Maybe just move your leg out a little bit. You can control this here, okay? So we're gonna try, I would say do 8 to 10 reps on one side. Good. Not thinking that our back has to press into the floor either. You just don't want to feel it rising up more. Get those deeper abdominals on and just maintain where your back is at. Good. Then you'll just switch sides. So other side here, press in. Again, check on those deep abdominals as you're pushing down and knees pulling up. Feeling you can get it on. Bring up your opposite leg here. And then same thing, exhaling, inhaling. Again, meet your body where it's at. Don't feel like because, I'm moving my arms and legs that you need to do the same thing, but you're feeling back pain or you're getting hip pain. Then it might, again, your abdominals probably aren't at that level yet to do. So meet your body where it's at. Find a level you can still feel the abdominal activation, but not the compensation of other areas trying to do the work for it. Good. 8 to 10 reps. All right, great. On to our next core. We're gonna do a side plank, okay? So when I do side planks, personally, I know some people go right to being on their feet for the side plank. I feel like it's very hard for you to get, again, your deeper abdominals in there. It's very easy for you to arch from your back, and just probably try to hold on without getting that core to engage. So I prefer being on your forearm. So my elbow is right underneath my shoulder here. My knees are bent in a 90-90 position, and we can still use our yoga block here. Even put this right between our legs to get a little bit of inner thigh work as well. So what you're gonna do here, you're going to before you even come up, inhale, exhale. Think, bring those ribs up and in. So we're maintaining in that up and in position with our ribs, maintain this good stack, this ribs in line with pelvis position here, okay? Then hold there, inhale, exhale, push up, okay? So if you can feel pretty good here and you can hold this, awesome. If you feel like you're struggling, then you can just go back down and then just do a couple push up. You don't have to hold in position. But for here, we're gonna hold it, okay? You're going to inhale, reach this other arm underneath, exhale, up, inhale, exhale. Good, 8 to 10 each side. The reason for the rotation is, again, to get our rib cage moving. Being able to move our rib cage is the best secret to getting good abdominal strength. Good. If you feel like this is too easy for you, you can always go up onto your feet as needed, okay? And do the same thing, just add the rotation in. 8 to 10, and then we'll switch to the other side. So you can even say, if you still want to do it on your feet, you add that block squeeze, okay? And you can still come on up onto your feet on that position here. But again, for me today, we're just gonna keep it bent, work on that good form. Elbow right on the shoulder here. Inhale, exhale. Feel those obliques come on. Bring that rib cage down and in. A good pelvis alignment as well. Inhaling, expansion up here. Exhaling, push down. Feeling that core engage. If that feels good to you, adding in the rotation. So inhale, exhale. You might even notice that one side is harder to rotate over, which is completely natural. A lot of times our bodies, we are naturally maybe rotated towards one direction, so it's harder to rotate in one way versus the other. Just gives you some feedback on your body and maybe some areas that you might want to focus on when it comes to places that are tighter. Good, 8 to 10 reps here. Perfect. Okay. Third core exercise is going to be on our hands and knees. So also using the yoga block, I'm just going to show you some form here first. This is a bear plank. I love bear planks. I use them a lot in my own programming, my patients' programming. It's a great core exercise, but also working on that good pressure management and keeping that good stack position of our ribs over pelvis. So positioning here, we are going to have our hands right below our shoulders here and our knees right in line with our hips, okay? The best thing I could say that I want people to avoid, that they kind of always go towards, is they hyperextend their elbows. I like us not to do that, okay? We want to rely on muscle activation, not the end range of our joints from this movement. Also, I'm going to have us kind of go up in the air, so with our knees hovering. So what I normally see as well is people end up like overarching and rounding. So what we're going to practice here, hands again right underneath shoulders, you're going to push the ground away from you, okay? This is gonna help get those ribs back, get that serratus involved, that muscle here, and then also again, get the shoulder blades to kind of separate. So what I don't wanna see when you're pushing down into the ground here to get that separation, I don't wanna feel like your head is moving downwards and I'm rounding my spine. So again, just push the ground away from you, Feel that tension more right back in here. Bring that serratus back, okay? And then our toes are gonna be tucked under. So in this position here, I'm pushing the ground away from me, feeling some of that stretch in the back of my shoulder blades. I'm going to inhale here, exhale, lift my knees up. That's the movement, all right? When you're lifting your knees up, you don't wanna be over tucking or rounding back, all right? Oh, let's now try adding it with the yoga block. So yoga block here in between your knees. Hands are gonna be about, again, shoulder width apart. You're gonna push down, push that ground away from you. Find those ribs coming back. Get those deep abdominals on. As we inhale, filling the space in our sides and in our back. Exhale, squeeze that block, lift up, okay? If you feel strong enough, hold it here for another breath or two. Inhale, keep that core tight. Inhale into your sides and back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And relax. These are tough, okay? Definitely the higher level core exercise here. So again, if you cannot hold yourself up there, at least, get a good exhale, feel a deep core activation, lift your knees up just for a second, and then come back down, okay? If you can hold yourself up there, awesome. Progressing it up to holding it for maybe up to 4 to 5 breaths would be good. So good plank hold in there. But when you're doing this, again, you want to imagine you are expanding into your sides and your back. You don't want to feel like you're inhaling and expanding into your tummy. You want to keep that deep core, the ribs stacked right over pelvis, keep that deep abdominals, okay? So no matter what version you do, but if you're gonna do, again, just the exhale, bring those knees up, maybe again do 8 to 10 reps. If you're gonna hold it for a certain amount of breaths, maybe hold it for at least a total of, maybe 8 to 10 breaths, however you want to break that up too, okay? We'll do a couple more here. So push the ground away from me, feel my ribs come back. Inhaling, exhaling. Thinking, staying nice and long. I want to don't want to tuck my tailbone under. I want to keep it like these are my tail lights, and I want to keep them flashing straight behind me, okay? Whew. All right, so those are some good 3 core exercises, a good way to start. Again, just kind of getting different areas there, one being on your back, one on their side, and then one on your hands and knees. Just something to kind of give you some tips and tricks to get started on some core strengthening. If you have questions, always reach out to me. But yeah, you can always do that and do that for maybe like 2 or 3 rounds, get a good little core circuit going for you.